Okay, so we're going to be replaying the start of Metaphor ReFantazio, and we're going to keep going after the start. So what we're doing is I'm redoing the part that was already streamed, mostly because towards the end of that play session, I wasn't paying attention anymore to the story. I was kind of looking at the time and realizing it was working the next day, and I was freaking out because, you know, the stream was going over long. But also because it's been a very long time, I forgot most of the things that were happening. And instead of me rewatching the video, which is going to take the exact same amount of time as me replaying it, I might as well just replay it. So that's what we're doing. So I'm replaying the start of the game. I'm replaying until the part that I stopped last time, and then I'm going to keep going. So yeah, very, very excited to play. Let's get going.
I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence!
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
This is so good, man. I don't recall this bit. From the demo. I remember the very start. I don't remember this. Oh, dude, let's go, man. If this game ends up being kind of like, you know, a masterpiece, as I think it is, I'm so excited to know that I'm just now, you know, at my age, I'm living through the first one. And so if this ends up being a masterpiece and becomes a series, then I'm gonna for sure see the eventual release of 2 and then 3 and so forth. So that's so cool, man.
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight.
Oh, I remember this.
Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world pique your interest?
Very much so.
Pardon my curiosity, but would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. The one who meets my eyes across a strange threshold. Ah, a most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold. Or to put it another way, this is a fantasy. But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
Yeah, I don't remember what I picked, but I'm going to go not always. Because a fantasy can have a real impact, right? Like look at the Lord of the Rings, for example. Like, it can impact your real life and escape the confines of the book or the movie or whatever, So not always, no.
More than wishful thinking, more than fiction. Something capable of affecting the realities beyond its bounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
This must be what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
I confess, my own answer still eludes me. But consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
Looks like we're in the clear. The capital's just through this desert.
Is it true then? The king is dead? Aye, and the guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming, mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia! Us folk, we're commoners. No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute. You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
Oh, I remember this.
An igniter? How
Yeah.
did they get rid of those?
Yeah, because they're stupid expensive. So bandits having those is super sus.
Come on, hey, keep it moving. Hurry it up.
I do remember this.
Next one. Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knifes. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Unless you want to get stuck like a...
Dude, yeah, I remember that. She's so badass.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Okay, I remember that too. I also remember that this start is really weird because...
This place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Louis saving us?
Because you can't get it. You can't fight for a while. Like, you have to avoid fighting even though you want to.
Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
I'm gonna go with mission.
What mission?
Come on! This is no time for jokes. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
I don't recall the mission. This is funny.
Make it?
You don't look hurt though, so that's good news. You can move, right? I'm thinking we should find a place where we can see the whole area. Hold R2 while moving to dash. Okay. Sessions have been formed. The corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. View tutorials you've seen. Okay.
Let's go.
So, the funny part is, when you first play the game for the very, very first time, that part just now where she asks, like, you know, and you can ask what mission, you genuinely don't know what the mission is because you've never played the game before. For me, it's more like I'm actually the character in the game because I knew the mission at some point. I just forgot what it was because I don't remember the demo all that much.
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
No.
Right. What am I doing again?
Oh, I don't know. The mission that's more important than our own lives? First, we get to the royal capital and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Right.
It's as though music is playing directly in my mind. The effect of Gallica's magic is inspiring.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier.
I didn't even realize there was no music, but now that you hear it, it's so good. Uh-oh, this is bad.
Not good! Run for it!
This land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Uchronia. The year is 785. Uchronia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built. By this story of fantasy, may this faded world be painted anew.
O great seeker, bearer of fantasy empowered. Hear my wish and come forth from thy epoch of glory to grant me thy something.
Whoa, just look!
Whoa.
Yeah, it looks badass.
Get on with it, then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
Damn, dude, that's brutal.
The crowd was going to listen to anything a Parapus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
careful!
Hurry!
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Right.
You noticed back on the wagon? You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even.
Like, I'm so blown away by the amount of, like, anime cutscenes.
The capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside. Not that it's very balanced. I see more Clamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey Elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Sounds like monsters have been prowling the countryside. They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm, I'll tell you that much.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best, the saint, could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt his highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed his highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted, so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers.
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
Yeah, for sure. Look at that freaking huge lens. Now I want one.
Now I want one for myself.
Yeah, until you see the price tag. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic.
I just realized. Look at the set that's right above my head. Like, it looks like, where is this, like a gem or something? Like the black gem or the blue gem? Looks like it's like a human rib cage around it almost. Yo, that's kind of creepy.
Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the Magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city?
Dude, the drawings for the faces are insane. I love them so much.
Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
I'm gonna go for the first one.
How much is it?
You're not really going to fall for that, are you? How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with? You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty. Passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic. World-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead, with no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
I'll keep that in mind, yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
A word of caution, then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Okay.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Oh.
Simply amazing.
Look over there. You can see the royal palace. No, wait, that's not right. That's where the Grand Cathedral is. At least, I assume so, since it's off the main street.
And what is it?
Seems to me scientism is a really privileged thing around here, even more so than the monarchy. Yes.
So you?
See, she has a portrait, meaning she's important. An Elda, huh? Pretty unusual in these parts. Oh, not trying to be rude, just mind yourself, the city ain't the friendliest to us inferiors. I appreciate the advice, yeah. Yeah, be careful or they'll get you too, just like all us Parapus. Oh yeah, look at that! Oh, that's so interesting. So, Parapus, I assumed Parapus was like dogs. They had dog ears and dog tails. But it doesn't seem like that's necessarily the case. It's more like they have ears and a tail. They have animal ears and a tail. So, could be bunny ears. Could be fox ears and a tail. Like, it just... I assume dog, but it looks like it can be different things.
Damn.
Like those are both Paribus as well. Fine. We'll go where we're supposed to go. Fine.
That must be the recruitment center. I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine. Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead.
Okay.
Okay, you got this.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's worth. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Okay.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
They're both Clemars. In fact, they're all three of them are.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up. An elder? I thought your kind was long gone.
No, I'm still here.
Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those. So, what brings you to enlist?
I need the money.
I need the money.
Pragmatic, if nothing else. But I suppose a vagrant like you could use the work.
It's better to play to the stereotype that they have rather than try to fight it, you know?
So, what can you bring to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
So, either one of these two. Because that one, I can take a lot of punishment. You guys can't see the other option because I'm hiding it, unfortunately. But actually, let me move the camera for a second. Right, so I can take a lot of punishment. Works because, you know, they would love to punish an Elder, I would assume. But at the same time, it doesn't work because I'm not that bulky, so I can't really get hit too much because I'm too frail. So maybe I'm small but quick would work better. I'm going to go with that one. I'm small but quick.
I'm small but quick.
Yes, I could see that. Always the cowards who run the fastest, eh? Right, last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
But that was simple. The name of the protagonist is going to be Shino. Yeah.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad.
Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment.
Sure.
You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property, so if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to. Next!
What a long line. Guess we got no choice but to wait our turn. They said tribe don't matter in the army, but they'll probably put me up front as a meat shield, not that I can find better work. Wish I could serve Count Louis. His army's built on merit, so even a parapet stands a chance.
Look at that.
There sure are a lot of wanted posters. This is no time for gawking. We have to get in line.
What's the world coming to?
Blast it! I came to enlist because I heard you can make a quick rave here, but they really make you work alongside creepy Elda. A parapet I can deal with, but Elda are right ominous. Where do you hear that? God's own scriptures, there I swear. Guess you can't expect an Elda to know shite. Let him say what he wants. Finding someone like him would just be a waste of energy.
Oi there!
Whatever.
You're so young. Are you enlisting too? Well, not much choice if you don't have money or a job. Reeve makes the world go round, as it were. You want a magic igniter? Join the queue. Cutting's only gonna get you chewed out. Yeah.
Whoa.
You enlisting as well? The line starts behind me, if so. Or was there something you needed? Yeah, are you a noble? I take it you overheard my interview. Yes, guilty as charged. I am a noble, but just a countryside son of a lord. My family is of no real consequence. Well, let's just say that I have my own circumstances. I'm volunteering to fight in order to protect the kingdom. Foolish or not. Join the queue.
I heard they get sightings.
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What do they call them? Something like, human...
Yeah.
Next! Another Clamar. Wait. No. You don't look like the others.
No, I don't.
Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it. There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Wasted good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
But here's the thing: is like he's gonna get one anyway. If you if you wait 5 minutes, you will get your own. Not even 5 minutes.
Brute force and crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousant strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
Don't make my job any harder, please. Here, your igniter.
Okay.
These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving.
The thing around his neck is apparently a magic igniter. The captain I spoke with earlier had one too. They must take on many different forms, like I saw on the main street.
And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Okay.
Wow, that's a real map. It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Oh, that's why it's so rare, and that's why I have to, you know, keep it, because they probably want, like, you know, if I die, somebody needs to get this map again.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger, and as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Very nice.
Look at all the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood. Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword. He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey, you awake?
I should get some rest, but then she wakes me up. Okay. Nope, I'm asleep.
Nope, I'm asleep. Good night.
Haha, very funny. Look, I just have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Well, I don't think that should be how it is. Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
That was a long time ago.
I didn't even know. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but still, the prince was kind to take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Sure.
Sure, I guess.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks. It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories. Okay, let's see. It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow, so not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over. In such a world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor.
A megapolis?
Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. Whoa. I see. No magic, no tribal conflict, and equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world.
I mean, that doesn't exist, so it is a fantasy.
Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own?
That's true, because you're so small.
Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.
I love these cutscenes.
Shouldn't you be resting? I'm fine. In fact, I'm glad we have this chance to talk. I've been reading, and I hope that someday we can make our kingdom like the place in this book. You said it was some kind of fantasy novel, didn't you? Our lives are decided at birth, by tribal purity, or by the differences that make us who we are. I don't want that to be the world we live in. The Elder here are a perfect example. If you'd not sheltered me, I would never have survived. And yet, they burned your home down. It's tragic, and no one should have to suffer so. Someone needs to fix... You okay? Don't push yourself so hard. Reality is much too cruel. I know that. But I'll fight it. I'll fight to the end. I'm a prince. But I need to be a hero. One worthy of the throne. A hero? One who can lead. A beacon who will pierce the darkness when all seems lost. My father taught me that. In his stories, the kingdom was full of legendary heroes. So I can't give up. In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. Not that I expect it will be easy. I believe in you. Familiar words. When I'm down, when I struggle, you're always there to help me through it. Let's do it. You'll be a hero. Trust me. I won't give up either. Trust me.
Until arrival at the northern border fort, one day remains. The northern border fort. The towering fortress was built during the Annex War in the mountains at the edge of the territory. Even now, soldiers are sent there for its strategic importance to the royal capital and to combat the rising waves of monsters. Fresh-faced soldiers disembark from their coaches at the foot of a steep ascent to the fort. The first of many uphill battles.
I forgot that there's a time component to this game. I don't usually like time limits.
Oh, finally. Can hardly feel my legs.
Listen well, you lackwits. The battlefield is no place to sit on your asses, and the border front is always a battlefield. The call to arms could sound at any time. Stand to, curs. You have the honor to serve at the command of Captain Klinger, war hero, tactician, master of arms. When I earned rank in the trenches, forged in the blood of my comrades.
Spare us this drivel. Say, friend, I'm curious. What is it about that book that's captivated you so?
Yeah, yeah, that's probably the one.
It tells of a world united as one tribe.
No discrimination, eh? A far cry from our world, then. So it's describing a better world. A utopia, perhaps. I'm something of a reader myself, but that's not like any book I've read. You know, when the late king took the throne, he was quite the idealist himself. He made grand claims about unifying the people under his rule. Never managed to do it in the end, of course. Reform takes more than high-minded, eloquent speeches. Maybe he was too blind to see that himself.
Listen to you. A babe with his first sword thinking he knows better than a king. Keep your mouth shut. No one cares what you think.
Nobody asked you.
Something to say? Go on. I'm listening.
Oh boy, the first one. Yeah.
I apologize for him.
See? Take a cue from your friend in the lesser tribe. Well, Clemar, I'll let it go this time. But only because I like your friend. Next time, keep your complaining to yourself.
That's the last thing I need. Though I suppose I deserved it in part, speaking ill of the dead and all. My mouth tends to get ahead of my thoughts sometimes. Although, I'm glad a bad habit seems to have drawn us together. Oh, never got round to an introduction. I'm Stroll. Leon Stroll, son of the Count of Harlia. And you are?
That's my name.
I have that right? It's got a certain weight to it. For what it's worth, my title doesn't mean much. Here and now, we're peers and equals.
So they're gonna name him Stroll. I kind of wish it was like Leon instead, like in the chat bubbles and stuff.
By the skin of my teeth! Now, where was I? Right, as for you, fresh meat.
Someone help!
Is that a soldier? Hey, speak to me, man. What happened?
Listen. Stay on guard. It's too...
He's unconscious.
Not one of mine. Must be one of the fort's guard. Those damn vultures across the border. They must have heard about the king's death. Anyway, to the fort. Double time. I'll stay behind to see to the poor bastard's wound.
Sure. You're not staying behind because you're scared.
You want us to go on ahead? Alone? Shouldn't we at least send a team back to ask for...
I knew fear would take you at the first step. You want to turn tail? Are you a traitor to the cause? The guard has no place for cowards. You are part of His Majesty's Royal Army. Swallow your fear, fight with pride, and we'll all have medals this time tomorrow!
He's right. We're warriors. Up there is our first chance at glory and riches. Damned if I'm gonna waste it.
Dude, you're all gonna die.
Let's go!
Like, you're literally all gonna die.
Well, I suppose this is what we signed up for. Onward, to the fort then.
Yeah, guess so.
Hey, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I love that she's wearing a little helmet.
It's hard to explain, but it's like there's a stench in the air, and it's getting stronger.
Hey, Did something happen? Wait, is that a fairy? Did you catch it yourself?
Yep, just over there. I don't see a fairy. I'm gonna go with that one.
Fairy. I didn't see a fairy.
Are you really trying to play that card now? He just saw you talking to me. And I have a name, you know. If you're gonna call me anything, call me Gallica.
So you travel together? You've stayed well hidden for quite a while.
Well, I didn't want anyone making a fuss. But we've got bigger problems right now. I can't shake this feeling. We gotta be careful.
Agreed. I'll follow orders, but I'm not about to let this armchair general send me to my death. Let's take a moment, then head in once we're prepared.
Cool, so that means I can save
I assume
also.
you know how to use an igniter properly?
No.
I'm not so sure. He's never used one before. I mean, he's a commoner, so not much chance to.
Fair enough. Well, just stay behind me and you'll be all right. I swear I won't let you die. I'm with you.
Strolly, brave fighter trying to conceal his nobility, has become your ally.
Oh,
Nice.
this is bad. I didn't think you'd actually have to fight anyone. I just hope our contact in the fort's okay. Let's keep our guard up and hope we find out. Okay?
Well, this is an unexpected turn of events, but don't lose sight of our mission, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, that's my guess. Somehow we've got to find him. You're running with such purpose. What was that you were talking about? You said something about your ally.
Actually.
Oh, it's nothing. I was just worried about the soldiers inside.
I see.
Well, whatever the case, the situation concerns me too. Let's go inside. Can I can't save. I don't even have the save option. Yeah. That's fine. Kinda wish we could save whenever we want, though.
This is...
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I remember this.
There it is. That's a human.
Stand your ground! Charge it! Pursue!
Yeah, as
We have
if.
to help the survivors.